Hey guys, welcome back to Troutman Family Presents. I'm Joe.
I'm Orion.
So Orion, which one are we doing today?
We are doing Decepticon Hatchet from Dark of the Moon Studio Series 117.
Yeah. So Dark of the Moon is my favorite of the live action movies. And we waited a long time for this one. I think they teased him a couple years ago and now he's finally out. So Orion, what are your first thoughts on him in the box?
So in the box, he looks pretty cool, but like his actual mode is more like a wolfish kind, or just like a animal. So like they have him kind of like more like a regular figure pose.
Yeah, you thought he was a robot at first, and you didn't realize they just have him kind of splayed out.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, showing 19 steps. It's hard to get a good idea of him in the box because he is kind of got a dog mode or something, and he's all splayed out to fit in. But we're gonna go ahead and get him out of the package, and we'll be right back. All right, we got him out of the package, and first thing, we almost thought he was missing pieces. When we got him out, we started messing with him, and these two doors are just kind of tabbed in, and we found one of them, and the other one managed to magically teleport onto the floor. So we were about ready to get frustrated and think that we were missing pieces, but after about 2 minutes of looking around, we found it on the floor hiding.
Well, it's not plural, so piece.
Yeah, one piece. So, but both pieces came disconnected. So anyways, if you get one of these and you see some, keep an eye out for those doors that tend to fall off. So, so Ryan, you want to talk about his accessory that he's got?
So here's his kind of accessory. It's not really, since it's like the tail. So you can like see that little part. You can tap it in right there, and it fits snugly in place like that.
Yeah. And this one does still have the little scene in the back, but there's not a lot you can do with it other than kind of make it look like he's jumping out. But I guess he kind of fits a little bit.
But it's not very good for display, and also
that
will happen. So yeah, maybe you could use it as like a background, not like a kind of like a shelf.
So, all right. So Orion, what are your first impressions of him?
So looking at him, it kind of looks like the cords are like hair. It also kind of looks like one of those alien things. I forget what it's called, but like if you know, like some people might know what I'm talking about.
Like Alien.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So to me, I think he reminds me of the dogs from Ghostbusters. He's kind of got that big old head a little bit, so, and those big stocky arms. So yeah, kind of throws off that Ghostbuster vibe. And he does have that alien look in his head. And he does have the dreadlocks, which are kind of pushed behind the shoulders. So I got the dreadlocks right here. So, but overall, I mean, he's cool. I like different Transformers. I like him better than the Ravage. I like him a lot better than the Ravage so far from what I see. You did have to manipulate him a little bit out of the package, again with the tail. I don't know if all of these pieces here come disconnected or not. Like I said, they're just held by one little friction tab. So, yeah. Do you have any other thoughts in his dog mode?
Nothing really, but one tiny negative. He does have like a lot of kibble, but like if you're gonna make a dog that turns into a car, it's gonna have kibble.
Kibbles and bits, and bits and bits.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, I'm gonna let Orion go ahead and put this one into his. Was it a Chevy Trailblazer or a Suburban?
Yeah, it's definitely like a Chevy police car.
Yeah, and we're gonna do that, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back. And Orion, you had an absolute blast with the transformation on this one, didn't you?
Yeah, and that blast, it's not referring to a good time, it's referring to a not very happy time.
Yeah. So, the transformation, it was really hard, right?
Yes. The main part I didn't like was like this part, because this is the part that comes off.
All the paneling.
Also, on the tail goes in there, and that part was also pretty frustrating. But at the end, it all comes together.
Yeah.
Except these parts.
All the panels.
Yeah, if you just squeeze it a tiny bit too hard, it will go flying.
So, well, was the engineering at least interesting? Was it like...
It was interesting, but the interesting part was not very fun.
Cool. All right, well, hey, let's talk about the alt mode. What do you think of the alt mode?
The alt mode looks pretty cool. It's also a bit surprising how like a dog goes to this and...
Move your hands a little bit so they can see. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a generic police cruiser. It's a Chevy. So one thing, and it might have been a mistake, but I did go up and grab Studio Series 03 from 2018, and that is Crowbar. So this is Studio Series 3. This is Studio Series 117, and I did this one. I transformed this one, and I feel the same way Orion did about this one. I was watching an old video on how to do it, and oh my gosh, getting the panels on this one totally sucked. But it looks like the engineering for the shell is almost the same. It's got the same hinge and the door panel. It's got everything.
Also, there's like this little part where it like comes together, and it's the exact same on this. And like even this part is the same.
Yeah, but this one here has got all the dreadlocks that don't really stick up underneath. They come out, so he looks kind of messy from the back. And this guy's got his tail in there. So, yeah, this one was not fun to do. And according to Orion, that one wasn't fun to do either.
Yeah, neither of these were fun.
So, but they at least look good. They do look good in both modes. So
it's like a masterpiece. It's very frustrating to transform, except you're a bit more careful with them since they're masterpieces. But that's not the point. It's just that they look decent in both modes. Well, these guys do.
Awesome. All right, real quick, we're going to put these back into robot mode and then show them off. These do, like I said, they do look almost identical in the alt modes, with the exception of, underneath is completely different. So it is kind of cool. Kind of gives me the Autobot and Decepticon clones from 1987. So these guys, they look identical in alt mode, and then we'll put them back into robot mode. You can see how different they look. So we'll be back one more time. And okay, so we've got them both, and they both went from identical truck to completely different looking guys with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
So,
also, I think I see how they made it like the same. Like they basically just made the head different, and like they added like that. Like, can you see it? Like the wheels on the bottom, and this part.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but there's some differences too. And both of us agreed that they were a lot more fun to go from the truck mode back into the robot mode or the dog mode. And then the other thing that was kind of funny is, this is something I noticed. This looks like Alien, and this one looks like Predator.
And I said this one also looks a bit like Predator, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, because he's got the dreadlocks still.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons. But it still does look like the Predator.
Yeah. Well, I am very happy that we have these guys done. And I don't know about you, but I think they're going to look much better on the shelf and a lot less fun than being in our hands transforming them. They're definitely not one to fiddle with back and forth a lot.
Yeah, it's not like one of those pocket ones.
Yeah. So, well, what do you think, Orion, overall? Are you glad that we have, what's his name, Hatchet in our collection?
Yeah, it's always nice to, get a new one.
Yeah.
So, but they're not always the easiest to transform.
Yeah. And also still pretty crazy because this is 7 years, 7
And-
years apart.
I'm pretty sure like they're really just the same mold, just with
There are a lot of differences because I did both of them.
Yeah,
There's a lot of differences. They have some similarities.
there are.
Yeah.
But what I see is that they just tweaked this one a little bit, and it's really just the same as that, and then they tweaked it because I see the shoulders, and it's like the exact same mold.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to find a lot of those. So, well, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'm Joe.
And I'm Orion.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.